What's up everybody? Today we are taking a look at the Disney Galaxy's Edge Jedi Dooku. But before we dig into that, I'm actually sanding down my Disney blade. If you can see here, the outside cover, the actual blade itself, is a clear plastic. And you can clearly see the diffusion inside. Here I sanded down, I just started sanding this down here a little bit. And now you can see it's much more of a frosted look. The tip is now no longer clear. If you have a Disney blade, you know that the tip is very clear. So I'm actually just doing a couple of coats of sanding on this to help it diffuse a little bit more, because I really don't like the clear look on this at all. So, all right, let me just finish this up really quick and we'll get to the review of the Jedi Dooku Saber. What's up everybody? Welcome back to the Collector's Outpost. I am John. Well, recently me and my wife took a trip out to San Diego, and while we were there I was like, you know what, I need to take a day, what is it, like an hour and a half, almost 2-hour trip up to Anaheim and visit Disneyland to go over to Galaxy's Edge, because I'm there, right? So I may as well go. So while I was there, of course, I had to pick some stuff up because I am a junkie for shopping for merchandise at Galaxy's Edge and pretty much anything Star Wars and Disney over there. So while I was there, they had the Jedi Dooku lightsaber, and since I recently reviewed the brand new Xeno 3 Count Dooku, I figured, you know what? May as well review the Jedi Dooku, because Tales of a Jedi recently came out and we saw a different lightsaber. It was kind of the same, but it was a little different. Now, I also have, just to compare side by side, I do have the Disney's Galaxy's Edge version of Count Dooku, so we'll take a look at that side by side. All right, so taking a look at the Disney Galaxy's Edge Jedi Dooku, it does come in the typical case, this little carrying case here, with the Jedi logo out front there. This is plastic, it's not metal or anything. All right, let's get this opened here. Now, it is packaged nice. You know, this is plastic. I do wish this was a nicer material, but you know, it's Disney and everything's just made cheap because it's a park, so they don't really go out and overdo anything, I guess. so let's take out Jedi Dooku here. So here we go. Now, I did get this on sale. I think it was like 30% off. So I grabbed it for, I believe, $119. Now, again, you had to buy this. And if you don't own any lightsabers from Galaxy's Edge, you will also have to buy a blade. So the blade itself, this was the 36-inch, and I believe it was $55. That'll put this whole thing plus tax somewhere around $200 or so. So now we can see here that it's very similar to the original Count Dooku lightsaber that we saw in the movie. It's a little bit different. This little claw here is a little bit sharper and comes out like this. The other one was a little bit more straight, and I'll show you that. We have some matted steel or matted metal and chrome over here. This is rubbery rather than a plastic. The one that comes in a Xeno, this one feels a little bit more of a hard plastic. Down in the pommel end, if you want to get to the battery here, you just have to, where you can see the speaker section there, and it is a removable chassis. And then what you have to do is get a little screwdriver, like one of these little guys, or if you have a long screwdriver, that should do. I just happen to have this one on hand here. All right. Now you can slide the casing right off, and it looks like we have 1, 2, 3 AAA batteries running this system here. So you see that there's a little notch right there also on the chassis, so it's very easy to find your way in here. So you're just gonna flip that in, you can just give it a little twist and you'll just feel it pop in. And boom, right there. Now, we also do have a CoverTech clip here, that way you can wear it on your belt around the parks, or if you're out cosplaying at a con, or Halloween, whatever it is. But I have to prepare you that you're gonna need a very thick belt, because this is heavy. So I do have my scale here, so let's see what this weighs versus the original Count Dooku. So the original Count Dooku, we are looking at 1 pound, 15 ounces. And that was originally pretty heavy when I first picked it up. Now, the Jedi Dooku, we are looking at, get it to stay up there, 2 pounds, 7.2 ounces. So this is a hefty beast, you know? Imagine wearing something that's almost 3 pounds on your pants for like hours. I mean, it is heavy. I mean, just holding it by that, it's heavy. So taking a quick look at both of them side by side, let me see if I can get these guys in the frame here. All right, so we're looking at virtually the same design for the most part. They basically went and looked at the Count Dooku version and just tweaked some of the designs and added a couple little things to it. We both have the rubber grips here, the same curved area over here. Now, this one does have a rubber patch on the back, and this one is more all chrome. There is a guard up over here near the pommel. This one doesn't really have that. It has more of this line here. 2 cover tip clips. We've got these little nubbins or buttons, or they're not really buttons, they don't really do anything, but these little decorations here. We have the ignitions in the exact same spot, which is great. The Count Dooku had more of a ribbed area over here. This has a sheet of chrome with a guard on the back here. This is more of a matte kind of finish there, and this is chrome. And up over here, you can see that this claw is very different. Even though it's kind of the same, you know, it has it there, but it's different. So this one has a very hard, wide curve over here. So we have a big turn here, and then it kind of curves over. So, and this side also has a sheet, if you see that there reflecting, has a little sheet of chrome in front. And then the Dooku version is a much shorter curve over here. And then we have a longer piece over here and a little sharp edge over there. So it's the same thing, but they just redesigned it. All right, so this is now my fully sanded Disney Saber blade. I just did this right before the review here. So you can see, I don't know if you have one on hand, you could take a look, but I got rid of the visibility of seeing through the clear shell into the diffusion, because it always irritated me that you could see it just looked like a little roll of wrapped white paper inside, and that drove me insane all the time. So on a Disney blade, you do have 2 different size little keys here, which will key right into over here. And we just have to match the sizes up. This one's a little larger than this one, match that up, and give a twist. So we just heard the connection sound. Let's do that again, just so you know. It does make a sound to let you know you're going in and coming out. All right, let's give this thing a try. Let you hear that a couple times. It's not very loud. It's actually a reasonably quiet saber compared to the other ones that I have here. Has a pretty big delay between the out and the blade hum. There it goes, boom. Weird. So we don't have much of a smooth swing. We do have a little bit of a sound, if you can hear that. Doesn't really trigger all the time. It's pretty bad. We do have some flash on clash. You do have to give it a really good hit. If you hit it reasonably lightly, you don't really get anything. I'm actually getting swing sounds. That's really weird. Hear that? That's very strange. Now you'll notice that these blades are not nearly as bright as, do I have one over here? Yeah, this is the typical one that I'm used to. It's probably twice as bright as the Disney one. I do have my exposure on the camera up a little bit, so it looks a little bit better. So let me actually expose the camera so you see it kind of exactly how my eye is seeing it. This is pretty much how my eye is seeing it. So you can actually see the LEDs now throughout the blade. And that's about as bright as it really is. So that is very close to how I'm seeing it in person. And here is a NeoPixel version. So you can see the difference in brightness. And You know, we've got beautiful smooth swing with NeoPixels. We've got blaster blocks and all that. I'm not even doing anything, and it's like making swing sounds. All right, so this is it's actually pretty bulky in the hand. It doesn't feel bad though, but it's heavy. I mean, it's a little hard to just kind of swing around. All the weight is in the handle. When you're trying to swing it around, it's very bottom heavy. So as of right now, that is all that these Disney sabers really do. They have some flash on clash. There's no extra buttons here for any kind of blaster deflects. There's virtually no smooth swing on these things. However, if you just want a nice piece to sit on your shelf, this isn't bad. I mean, it's a nice looking piece to just put on display. So if you were collecting and you were going to put them on display next to each other, this is what they would look like. You know, and again, from a few feet away, they look great, but in front of you and in your hand, they are some hefty sabers. So let me show you what I mean, that this thing is very hefty and very large. So this is the Jedi Dooku, and this is the Count Dooku, the actual kind of more screen accurate replica of the Dooku saber. So you can see that there is a huge difference in size. So I think that is about it for this Jedi Dooku Disney Galaxy's Edge lightsaber. There's really not a whole lot to talk about. It's got one sound font, it has one color, it has no smooth swing, has no blaster deflects, it does have some flash on clash, but it's overall, if you're looking for a great experience with a lightsaber, this isn't going to be it. But if you're looking for just a really good display piece and some great park memorabilia from a family trip or anything, then these are going to be fantastic for you. So that is it, my friends. This is the Master Jedi Dooku lightsaber from Disney's Galaxy's Edge. Drop down below, let me know what you think of this lightsaber. Let me know what you just think of the Jedi Dooku design itself. Do you have this and do you like it? Are you waiting out for a more third-party version of this lightsaber? Let me know down below in the comments. And while you're down there, give a like, subscribe, and hit the notification button for upcoming videos. And I'll see you all in the next video. Be safe and kind out there in the world.